Hey, it's Kodi Zene, and this is episode 5 in the Making Monochrome series. So today's episode is pre-promotion, and it sounds kind of silly, but kind of thinking outside of the box and trying to early on spread the word to people that might be interested in the movie and the world that we're building. And so that's what we started to do. So just to recap, this is now 2014. So we filmed the teaser, and we have the teaser, the website, this poster, and our social media set up. And now it was time to start spreading the word and getting people hopefully interested in what we were trying to do. And so one of the good things about a genre film is that there are places you can go where people that have similar interests will congregate, and you can go and talk with them. And these particular things are, Comic-Cons, different festivals and conventions and that sort of thing. And luckily, here in DFW, we have quite a few. So basically, what we did is, we don't have budget for this. We're not getting funding for this. We've already used a credit card on the teaser shoot for 2 trips out there to get that done, and to print the posters. But there's an event over here called Fan Days. Dallas Fan Days, and there's a Fan Expo. But so October 2014 is where we're at right now. We're going to attend this fan days and dress up. People do cosplay, and it's people come, and there's booths, and celebrities from different shows and movies, or writers or artists come, and people cosplay. There's collectibles to buy, and it's a wide range from comic, geek, sci-fi, horror, fandom, all of that. And people come, and it's 1, sometimes 2 or 3 days depending on which convention it is. So we were looking forward to this, and didn't have much money to do things, so we got a gardening wagon from, I don't know, Home Depot or Lowe's, and it was originally green. We spray painted it black because there is no green in the world of monochrome. And we loaded it with our little promo business cards and posters and different things like that. And several of us bought tickets to the event. We went in and more or less solicited the people that were there. We pulled the wagon. We were in the lobby, and we pulled the wagon around and just try to go talk to people. And we I guess our icebreaker was, I had an iPad that would sit on a mount, like on a tripod, and had a photo booth app that I designed a frame that said Monochrome, the logo, and the hashtags and website and all that. And we'd ask people to, hey, can we take a photo with you? And we'd get in frame of the iPad camera and take it, and then we could come around and show them the picture, which had this frame on it. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And then there were prompts within this app where they could share it, so they could log into their Facebook or Twitter or whatever, or email, and send the photo there. And that would also carry on a message that we had predetermined. So it's, we don't have to really sell to them right now, but later on maybe they can read about it or look it up. But generally, a lot of the times these individuals would be like, well, what is this? What are y'all doing? And we started telling about the film, and some of them we showed the teaser on the iPad. The reaction was pretty good, and just pulling a wagon around. So the following year, so 2015 now, in between that, it was still writing, still fleshing out the world, and kind of building strategy moving forward. But 2015, February, we did it again, except we bought a booth. So we got a 10 by 10 space there, so we're, right in a row with other vendors, that sort of thing. And we put a black carpet down, and I know I'd mentioned Tempest Studios before, but a benefit of being a designer and owning a printing company is that we can make stuff and we can print it big and do the dimensions. So we started experimenting with really making the booth pop and stand out. And, when you step into this little tiny 10 by 10 foot booth, you're really stepping into this world that we want to create. And so we had some vinyl, I think Lozen's face, and then just the mask and the logo real big and the backdrop. So we really started making it look legit. And we had a little TV. We had the trailer on loop where they could come and listen with headphones because it was really loud. We had t-shirts. We made some t-shirts, Faction, Save the Hughes or Hunt the Hughes, which still, people don't know what that means quite yet because we're not there yet. But it'll all come full circle. We had little drawstring bags we were selling and just telling people about the film. And one of the most important things we were doing was, again, we had the iPad, but we were starting to build a following. It's like, hey, if you want to stay updated on what we're doing, come punch in your email here. We do updates through email every now and then, so they come punch in their email and add them to MailChimp, which is what I still use. And we had a drop down later on, which not only did we want to collect people that might be interested in this, but we wanted to know, are you an actor? Do you have crew experience? And then later on, artists. We had a category, so that would help sort, and we could send predetermined emails to who needed to hear specific things. So we started collecting. I think, let's see, that fan days we had 154 signups. So we started building our database, and we did it again in May 2015. We had another about 150 signups, doing the same thing, but expanding the booth visually. And in between there, though, there was a convention called Walker Stalker Con, which sadly does not, at least right now, come to Dallas anymore, but it is a more specific convention around the world of The Walking Dead, which I'm a huge fan, a lot of us are, and a lot of the cast would be there, same kind of thing, except it was more geared towards that genre, so the apocalyptic, the zombies, the horror, and we got an awesome booth space with that. We were right on the end, so we had two entrances, and there on one side it was just this huge alley where it was a big, people just walk through, so it was great exposure visually and location wise. And we got 193, almost 200 signups, and the difference between the specific genre to the more broad, like fan days, fan expo, Comic-Con, was ridiculous. I think there was 4 or 5 of us, manning the booth and, shuffling people through to watch, to pitch them about the idea, to sign up, and we could not get to everybody. It was insane. It was a rush, and people were excited. You didn't have to sell them as hard, at that. It was amazing. And one of the things we did is kind of a gimmick and a play off of the color aspect is we created 2 puzzles. So with our company, we can print on PVC, which is, the plastic piping, but it's flat sheets. And we custom made these apocalyptic looking goggles with the red lenses, the decoder lenses. And we had people come in and they'd go head to head with who they're there with, and they have to put the puzzle together, and then whoever got the puzzle put together first would get a bag and all that. So if you look at the pieces, these 8 pieces to each puzzle, if you look at them with the naked eye, it's just red jumbled mess. But when you put these goggles on, like a decoder would, you start to reveal the image underneath. And it was amazing. People were blown away by it. It was a lot of fun, and they got to keep the goggles. So that was three little conventions we did where we had a 10 by 10 booth. Didn't really have the money to do it, but we did it, and in the end we had 800 or so email addresses. People that wanted to know more or wanted to be in it, wanted to help in some way or another. And while all this was going on, I took the teaser and I started submitting it to festivals or different marketing award, creative award programs, and it started winning. It started getting platinum or gold or best trailer, best teaser to those that take a teaser trailer category, and it racked up eight awards total. And so we got to tell people, yeah, it's a award-winning trailer, and this is what we're doing. We're going to do it all locally, local talent. But looking back, we've met so many people going to these events and just sharing our story, and they were, you had people who weren't interested, who, not their cup of tea, but, you do find those die-hard people who are still following to this day. And without giving away too much from the next few episodes, started to play a bigger role than just waiting for an update email. So this is the beginning workings of this outside the box, pre-marketing. They'd ask, well, so are you a game? Why are you at a convention? It's like, oh no, we're a movie. It's like, oh cool, when it's coming out. It's like, well, we haven't started yet. We filmed a teaser. We're looking for talent, and I'm still writing it, but I think you'll like it. Will you check it out? Will you stay in the loop? And I'm like, yeah, sure, cool, whatever. And I think it's still early right now as I film this to see the full magnitude of what that has done for us or what it's going to do. But so far it's been a lot more positive than negative.